it drill. I'm independent, I don't need no deal. I'm jaws on the beat, I got flow that kills. Do my thing with a few G's, Lauryn Hill.
So in this video, I'm going to try and explain to you what an EQ is. I'm probably going to alter the way you think about an EQ. Essentially, what an EQ does, it allows a change of amplitude at frequency. The way to think of this is, think of your mixing desk, and we've just got the Logic mixer up here on this very simple mix. And at each point, we've got a fader, and that fader, that can adjust amplitude, so level of that particular element of the sound. So if we play this track back.
Trying to talk the talk, better back it bro, or else you better back down. Quit if you don't stack pounds, I'm just speaking facts now. Assess what you chat about, all these trappers going ham. Got you fam, dry snitched on yourself, now the feds they wanna pat you down, it's fuckery. Still repping the West Country, trying to talk the talk.
We can see the different levels of the different parts of the audio, and if we solo this second one here, which is the main vocal, we only hear the main vocal.
Trying to talk the talk, better back it bro, or else you better.
Now if we adjust that fader, we adjust the amplitude of that particular piece of audio.
Trying to talk the talk, better back it bro, or else you better back down. Quit if you don't stack pounds, I'm just speaking.
And we can do that in context with all of the other parts of the audio.
Trying to talk the talk, better back it bro, or else you better back down. Quit if you don't stack pounds. Facts now, assess what you chat about. All these trappers going ham, chatting about I got you fam.
Well, what EQ really does is the same thing, but just across the one singular sound instead, or across a collection of sound. For example, if we place an EQ just on the main vocal here, we can think of these points much like the faders on a mix channel, but instead of controlling the amplitude of a whole sound, they just control one small part of that specific sound. It's exactly the same principle, and on many EQs, once we have a node selected, so for example, we'll select this like light green colored one here, we're actually adjusting it in amplitude much the same as we would be on a mixer. Obviously, we've got these slopes either side, and we'll dive more into those. That's all that's really happening. It's changing the amplitude of a part of a sound rather than how a mixer affects the sounds that are sent to it. It's the same principle. Now, what this means for us is that we can adjust the amplitude or level of specific parts of a sound, perhaps something that's too loud or too quiet, to adjust our overall balance. For example, let's take this vocal.
Trying to talk the talk, better back it bro, or else you better back down. Quit if you don't stack pounds, I'm just.
There's a lot of weight in his vocal, around the 300, 200 kind of range. This could work really well, but it might be too strong, and we would lose some of the high end, because when we bring it up in the mix, we're just going to get this area really focused on here, because it's going to be the loudest part.
Trying to talk the talk, better back it bro, or else you better back down. Quit if you don't stack pounds, I'm just speaking facts now. Assess what you chat about, all these trappers going.
Well, what we could do with an EQ is we could control the amplitude of this area by bringing it down, say, 2 decibels.
Trying to talk the talk, better back it bro, or else you better back down. Quit if you don't stack pounds, I'm just speaking facts now. Assess what you chat about, all these trappers going ham, chatting about I got you fam. Dry snitched on yourself, now the feds they wanna pat you down, it's fuckery. Still repping the West Country, trying to talk the talk, better back it bro, or else you better back down.
Alternatively, we can also boost with our EQ, and perhaps the 2 to 3K range here could use a slight lift in conjunction with the slight cut here, just to help flatten out all of it. And now this is the same kind of difference as bringing our kick drum down and our hi-hats up slightly on our faders, but we're just applying it across one sound.
Trying to talk the talk, better back it bro, or else you better back down. Quit if you don't stack pounds, I'm just speaking facts now. Assess what you chat about, all these trappers going ham, chatting about I got you fam.
So I hope that helps you understand what an EQ does. As we move on, we'll understand a lot more of the functions we've just looked at here, but this is the primary thing that an EQ lets us do: adjust amplitude at frequency points.